Hello and welcome back to my channel, and it is a fairly special occasion because if you are watching this on day of release, well, very Merry Christmas to you. And also, more Monogatari. Who could ask for anything better? But then again, this is how you're spending your Christmas. Don't you have anything better to do? Of course not, because I am far too important for that. So, thank you. Now, it has been some time since I last watched Monogatari, and if I remember correctly, the order I'm watching it in can make things jump around, timeline-wise, so I'm not sure where I'll be landing, or what characters and arcs it will be following, which is always a nice experience to find out. And also, I'm trying not to remember too much about the previous arcs, because they were somewhat soul-crushing. But if you're ready to go, let's dive back in with more Monogatari. Fair enough, starting straight off with Anarchy. Are there any characters in this that can be considered ordinary, though? This show isn't the first time I've heard of Shikigami, though, so it's using concepts that I already somewhat know of. I wonder if she still has her particular quirks. Quite the room you have there. But that's as close as it gets to being human. If she's talking to him from inside his shadow, is this her shadow room? Quite the simile you're building there. It looks to be like we might be learning a bit about this enigma. Well, all myths and fairy tales and whatnot originate from something in reality. Something that we can relate to and understand, and then build from using our imaginations. Well, yeah, by definition of ghost. Rather pessimistic view on things there from Shinobi. Well, it's not unique, but sure, there are only few cultures that hold out those kind of beliefs. And is this the same as with Kaiki's story, where the narrator is changing events? Are we going to get each one? Yes, we are. Well, that one had the Phoenix had the least effort put into the costume. I liked the snake. She likes her sweet things, like ice cream. A bit like Shinobu and donuts. I feel like she'd be able to be a good waitress slash cafe maid. She'd be able to actually follow through with instructions. Hmm. Why is it that Araragi has yet to actually show his face? Is it because he's not the main plot of this? Really? They got Bejeweled type games? It's been a while, but not too long since I've last been to an arcade. Although I can't remember the last time I actually played a crane game or any of the likes. There's some interesting effects going on in this intro. There's a few shapes that keep appearing so far during this, and the pre-song intro. I wonder if they mean anything. I wonder if her being a quote-unquote doll has anything to do with the aesthetic of this, looking like those paper cutouts you can get. An ordinary morning, it seems like. It would stop that kind of morning. Yeah, I can. I feel. I feel that. I have about 8 different alarms on my phone, and I think I only normally hear about 1 or 2 of them. I've not heard that phrase before. I've had my fill of hourglasses and sand for a while. Yeah, might be more effective than an alarm clock. Hmm. Not sure how you could use that as a calendar, but okay. It's good that we don't need to have a reintroduction to their character types. We already know that Karen is quite athletic. Just from that flip. This isn't the only reason. He's made himself quite clear in that respect. Ah, good. She's immune to it. Good light rays, though. I've never actually tried distance running. And I don't particularly care for it either, so... Why are you doing the... Is that the platinum disco dance? Are they still playing around with their Justice Sisters thing? Can she do anything out of school? And Araragi is completely plain. Fire Sisters. That was it. They don't seem to hold back from harming him. Then again, he's probably earned quite a lot of it. I think Araragi should be kept well away from those kind of interactions. Right, so we're in this kind of time, are we? It's always a good thing to have a general knowledge of how the world works. Some common sense doesn't seem to be so common much anymore. I'm getting bad vibes. It's a very stylistic bathroom, though, isn't it? I don't think it's quite possible with the premium for space that is Japan. Thanks for the visuals. She was aiming to, sneak a bath early as well. I can't say I ever had a fight in the way of who gets to use the bath first. Yeah, did you really think she'd hold back? You asked for it! People just say that and never actually think about following through. Huh? Oh, okay. Not a danger at all. And you now are regretting this. Still going for the whole, I want a bath first. I do like her really long hair, though. Although it's going to be a pain to actually wash and dry properly. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but the ripples and effects on the floor that have always been present are a nice touch to make this more artistic. Probably one of the better resolutions, just having them fight. Well, I remember Aragi having quite long hair, below shoulder length. I can't read that. Astro Boy. Yeah. There have been probably quite a few references that I haven't noticed at all because I haven't had that cultural knowledge. It might be too late now. If you take two, I don't get it. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't know. Why can't you just bathe and get out? I could do without the noise. How long before YouTube deletes my channel? Luckily, my hair hasn't gotten to that point. Although it quite easily could. I do need a haircut again. Well, their last interactions weren't exactly something to be all too glad about. I can't remember precisely the end resolution of that, though. He was distracted a bit. Quite impressive that she could hold her body like in that pose. Okay. Araragi has always tried to shoulder the blame on everything. He's one of those characters. Yes, her disappearance. I wonder how worried her parents were actually. And it has been a fair while since I've last had snow, proper snow, around here. Not like how some other areas get it. Well, it attempts to at least. There have been quite a few stories in which he has become intertwined with. Araragi was never one good at studying, if I remember. At least with his grades. And wasn't she the one that proposed this idea? It seems like it is like, oh wow, I've forgotten his name. She seemed to enjoy that. What? Yes, but what are you seeing? Unnatural, supernatural, Oh, I see! So we already know that he's got, like, half vampire or post-vampire thing going on. But does that mean that he is now changed in what he is? That could be an interesting way of doing something with this character. But for opening and ending focusing on Anarchy, we didn't really have anything to do with her. And more than half of this episode, or around half or whatever, was basically entirely featured in a single room. I don't know if this was better or worse than some of the other scenes that I've witnessed. But one thing I do know is that this arc is only 4 episodes long. So it's going to establish something next episode. And have the... I don't know what you call it in storytelling. Lingo. But you know how there's a beginning, middle, and end, and somewhere, usually around the middle, a bit early on, there's a crisis. It's gonna get that out next episode, hopefully. Unless we're gonna spend another 24 minutes in the bathroom, this time with Karen. That would be a disaster. And as much as I would like to unpack what I saw this episode, I don't think there was anything that I saw this episode. I know that there were some lines and the pause screens. I don't know what they're called, but things where it's too fast to actually read unless you pause it, that I missed. And there's some references I didn't get at all. And probably some comments about previous episodes that I don't remember. But what I do remember is Anarchy and Shinobu having a fight and one of them losing quite decidedly. And now that Araragi seems to be potentially becoming more vampiric, there might need to be another intervention. I really wish there was more that I could say about this episode, but it seems that might not be the case. So, considering what day it is, at least if you're watching this on the day of release, I feel like you might need some better things to be doing. But hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, let me know. It would make my Christmas if you would like the video and comment down below. And if you would consider giving me a present of subscribing to the channel. And hopefully there are no armed forces ready to break down anyone's doors. You can have a peaceful night. Get some rest. I'll see you in the next one. This channel wouldn't be possible without your continued support. And I thank you for that. However, there are some select people that want to go above and beyond. And if you want to join this list, check the links down below for my Patreon to help support me and the channel as much as you can. Or as much as you want to. Yeah. Thank you.